YouTube land. It's I, the world fucking famous, goddamn fucking marijuana man. How come I don't even get a notification for my own show? Can't even find it on my own channel. There we go. And there we go. We're in. All right. And do you know what I got here, folks? Well, I got something special. I do. Oh la la michi mari gohan. It means we have something special. Oh la la michi mari gohan. That's what it really means. Oh la la. Oh, do you know what, folks? I forgot to tell the people of Instagram that we're live. Do you know that's not fair, right? They should know. Hey, Insta-fuckers, it's I, the world famous marijuana man, getting insta-fucked on fucking YouTube. My link is in the goddamn fucking description of this channel page or whatever the fuck it is. Be there or just be fucking square. Peace out. Hey, Insta-fuckers, it's I. All right, there we go. The Insta-fuckers have been notified. All right, there we go. And do you know what I got here, folks, besides drugs? I got the corporate sludge. I got a new kind of corporate sludge we've never tried yet, called Cheeky Cherry Peace Tea. I know it don't sound the greatest, and it may actually just taste like shit. A lot of times cherry flavor is hard to swallow without barfing, you know, but other times it can be good. It varies from corporation to corporation. And so we're going to crack this bitch open. But regardless how it tastes, folks, we're going to drink it either way. Do you know why? Because we have cock and balls. We're a fucking man. And we bought this shit. We drink this shit. You know? That's how it is. So here we go. Cheers. Oh, it tastes like fucking cough syrup. Okay, we know not to buy this again because this particular company makes cherry flavor that tastes like fucking Hall's fucking cough syrup. No fucking lie. I may barf actually, just a sec. Oh my god, that's pretty rude. Just a sec. Be right back. Oh. Oh, fuck. So that's not very good sludge, but like I said, we have cock and balls, so we're gonna drink it anyways. That's how it is. And so I recommend, folks, you don't buy this fucking very cherry fucking piece stuff because it tastes like fucking medicine and may make you barf, right? And barfing can give you a sore throat, and then it's hard to smoke weed. You know? And you don't want that to happen. No, you don't. Cause you fucked up my senses like a night in a fucking ocean or in a forest or wherever the fuck you want to be, right? Like the mountains in goddamn fucking springtime. Oh, isn't it awfully nice to have a penis? Why, isn't it frightfully good to have one on? It's swell to have a stiffy, it's divine to have a dick. From the world's biggest toddler to the world's smallest prick. So 3 cheers for your Willie or John Thomas. Hooray for your one-eyed child's piece of snake. Your piece of pork, your wife's best friend. You can wrap it up in ribbons or you can stick it in the dark. But don't take it out in public or they'll stick you in the dark and you won't come back. Oh yeah, thank you very much. I love Chinese. They only come up to your knees. Oh, but they're cute and they're cuddly and they're ready to please. And that's why I love Chinese food. The waiters never are rude. Mm-hmm. Oh. Uh-huh. Oh, fuck. Oh, my gosh. Oh, oh my. Oh. Fucking my fucking shit up. Real goddamn fucking good. Oh. Fucking got me by the boo-boos a bit there. Oh, I did. Oh, my. Oh. 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 Think it got my hoot nannies too. Oh. Oh, fuck. Oh, it did. Because here's a little song I wrote. You might want to learn it note for note. Don't worry. Be fucked up. Landlord say your rent is late. He might have to fucking liquidate. Well, don't worry. Just be fucked up. Don't worry. Be fucked up now. Don't worry. Get fucked up. Oh, don't worry. Get fucked up. Don't worry. Be fucked up. Don't worry, be fucked up. Oh, yeah, that's how it is. Just shove it into your mouth, Mrs. Murphy. It only weighs 1/4 pound. And it's got fucking hair all around it. It's like a turkey. And it stiffs when you rub it up and down. Oh, that's what happens, folks. And that was the educational segment of our program. You know, folks, some people don't know this shit. And it's important information that one should know. And so I'm always glad to share, you know? Oh, yeah. Because I've got no objections to your French kiss. No, 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 no. Under a scarlet, moonlit sky. Got no objections to making fucking memories. Even though you're sucking off 27 other guys. But since you lost your hands at the factory, just don't get me fucking off no more. It seems the honeymoon's over. Your hooks are on the goddamn fucking floor, and keep those rusty hooks away. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Or you might rip it off today. Baby, baby, keep them rusty hooks away. Or you might rip it off today. Oh, it's true. Because you know, folks, here's another one. Fell in love. Oh, we should just do another big fat dab. You know? Because, hey, bone, don't. What's that fucking mechanism you have on? Could it be a porcelain penis from days gone by? And did I hear you grunt as you rammed it up your cunt? Felt all those great orgasms just pass on by. Because she's 41 and her father, well, he's still calling her douchebag. Oh, he does, you know? And so here we go. Fly in the hall. Oh. Oh. Oh, hello. I'm pretty fucked up. I thought I'd let you know that I'm fucked up in the mornings and I'm fucked up in the afternoon. Oh, yes, it's even true. I'm fucked up in the evenings too. Oh, yes, you find me fucked up wherever you find me. For I'm fucked up 365 days a year. And I just want to tell you so bad that I'm mighty fucked up. Oh, yeah. That's how it is. He come again, looking like nobody has a right to. And he's shaking me up so. And all I really want to know is, does he have some drugs so we can get fucked up? Oh, yeah. Get fucked up. Oh, here we go. Like a big dab. Now, folks, you must know not to try this at home. I am a skilled motherfucking professional with years of goddamn fucking training at the Marijuana School of Goddamn fucking Fine Arts in fucking Zaire. Oh, yeah. And you might have guessed it. We like to say the word fuck. Oh, yeah. Because I like to say fuck when I'm driving in my fucking car. Fuck when I'm walking through the fucking park. Fuck if you don't like what I fucking say. Fuck's what I fucking say every fucking day. Oh, yeah. I love to say fuck. And so there you go. You know, folks, out of all the language, all the words in the fucking English language that start with the letter F, only one is referred to as the F word, right? It's true. It can mean anything you want. It can be a verb, a noun, express love, pain, pleasure, hate, any emotion you can think of for that matter. And it can mean almost anything you want it to mean. Oh, fuck. That's how it is. Oh. My neighbor's always screaming here. He stops screaming when I fucking open the door. Oh no, there he goes. And he has a child. I don't know what he does to this child, folks, but I've heard this child scream for like a long period of time, like it's being murdered, as if a knife is repeatedly going into its body. That's the kind of scream I hear. Now he just called the kid an idiot. Oh yeah, these are all-star parents, folks. Anyways, it is what it is. It's none of my fucking business. I couldn't give a rat's ass. It's the 6th grade extinction. We're all gonna die a horrible, painful death, so kids mean as well get used to it. And so we're gonna do another big fat dab. Get all fucked up. Fire in the hall. At least they're not in Bangladesh, right? Oh, fuck. They'd be chained to a desk. Fuck. Once you're old enough to walk and talk, it's time for you to be chained to a desk. I'm making plush animals for little kids. That aren't slaves. Mm-hmm. You live on a ship, eh? You mean you live on a pile of shit? Yeah, that's what we used to say when we were kids, when you live on a ship. What was that? You live on a shit? Pile of shit? Mm. Our boat was big enough to live on. That was bigger than most people's boats, but one, we all had homes. None of us really, like, I love sailing, and so did my dad. But the thing is, at the end of the day, or at least the weekend, sometimes I'll be out there for 3, 4 days. But by then, I'm ready to be back on the land. You know? Oh, I am. It's just how it is. I've had my fill, and maybe I'll go again the following weekend. But I need a few days back on land. Oh, it's how it is. And I'm not one of these people who'd want to be out there for weeks and weeks on end, like these people who sail around the world in a boat a quarter the size ours was. Fuck, that's ridiculous. But also, folks, my dad used to charter that boat out because he was a very good sailor. And this boat, well, like I say, was fairly large and very comfortable. And he used to get outrageous sums of money from people to charter them out to sail them around through the Caribbean. Ooh la la, on their like honeymoon or romantic voyage or whatever the fuck it is they're going on, right? And they would pay back in the 80s, folks, like $1,000 a day for this service. Oh fuck, you wouldn't believe it. Fuck. I was always like, what? How much? Whoa. Holy fuck. I mean, this thing doesn't even use gasoline. you know? Like, don't get me wrong, the boat's worth $500,000, but still. Wow. So anyways, it's what it was like. It's big bucks, folks. If you have a big boat and you're in the Caribbean, you can charter this thing out to tours. And this is back in the 80s, the price you could get. God knows what they fucking charge today. It's probably like $5,000 a day or something. 20 grand for the weekend, Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Holy fuck, what they get today, God knows. So, it's out of my price range, I'm sure. Fuck. I couldn't even afford the price range of 1980. My dad died. Yeah, and he died millions of dollars in debt, so they liquidated everything when he died. And his wife is lucky that she still has a house to live in. And so that's how that is. But yeah, he died like 5 or 6 years ago. I didn't see my dad much when I was young. There'd be little spurts here and there. We'd go sailing for a weekend here and there, or go to a dinner party together. I did live with him for 2 years, so there was that, right, of course. But after I when I came to BC in 1998, I basically only saw my dad 3 times after that in my whole life. And so, yeah, I didn't see him much in the final days. He lived far away, and he did come to visit once, and I came and visited him once. And yeah, it's $800 for me to get on a plane. And when I go on the plane, I bring some kids along. And each child, folks, they don't give you a discount for children. It's $800 for them to get on the plane too, each individual one. And so yeah, my tickets get pretty outrageous, and like they paid for them the one time I went over there, because like it's beyond my ability, right? Like, We're talking thousands of dollars. It's just out there. And that's just to get there. Then we still got to, take care of ourselves. And so I could have visited more, but because my dad was a high roller, it just seemed to never happen. I would mention it to him, buy us the tickets and we'll be over there. And tickets never show up. So what can you do, eh? He was somewhat of an alcoholic. Well, not somewhat. That's the reason he died, right? So yeah, he was an alcoholic. And a workaholic. It's a good combo. And yeah. And so I remember many really good parties because, well, my dad being an alcoholic and in the hotel restaurant industry, threw some pretty crazy parties. Yeah, that he did. Oh, even when I lived in the next town from my dad, I only saw him like before 1998, I lived only 20-minute drive from him. And I still only saw him maybe 2 hours per month. Yeah, I just didn't see him very often. I would talk to him on the phone all the time, right? And all that. Oh, I always had a place to stay when I got there. That's not a problem. But yeah, we visited once for sure, maybe twice. And he came here once. But when he came here, he had already gotten a liver transplant. That's a sketchy situation. The liver, we don't really know where that came from, folks. Most people in Canada have to, well, to give you an idea, there's a waiting list and about 70 people a year die on that waiting list waiting to get their liver. But my dad never made it to the waiting list. No. The minute they realized he needed a liver, 2 weeks later, he had a liver. And so I asked him, how do you pull this kind of shit off? Because they also have requirements of no longer drinking alcohol or smoking cigarettes, 2 things he did. And he never stopped, not even for 5 minutes, right? And so they test you for that stuff, and if you have it, they don't give it to you. So I'm like, how do you, get by all these rules and somehow get a liver when so many others can't? And all he said was, I've used up all my favors in life and I don't have too many left over. But yeah, he did have a lot of friends because of his wild parties, So he knew a lot of people. And I guess whatever he did, My dad was also a virtuoso on the accordion. You know, the one that you play, that goes in and out and has a whole bunch of keys on both sides. The instrument Weird Al Yankovic plays. Oh, we can't have a live on the beach. Do you know why? The beach here I go, then the Duncan Beach here that I go to has virtually no cellular service. So I have no internet or cell phone or anything. I'm in the dead zone. I don't know if you guys have those in America because the population is so much more dense over there, right? But these are just small hick towns in a mountainous range. I mean, you go up a hill and suddenly you're 20 feet away from the tower, but it doesn't pick up a signal at all because of the elevation difference, right? And so that's what happens. And so I'm actually not far from a cell tower at all, within a 15-minute walk easily from a huge tower that has the things, but it is due to an elevation difference. I get no fucking signal at all. It just flies right over my head because it's up so high and I'm down so low. And what happens is the signal just passes me. And it doesn't meet me, you know? Goes over my head instead. And so I get 0 bars down there. 0 bars when I'm at the beach. And so that's how it is. Sometimes if you stand in certain spots, like if you stand out further, the further out you stand from the cliff, the more likely you are to get a few bars. And then you hold the phone high because, like I said, the signal's just traveling over your head, you know. You just need to get out further and it'll get closer and closer to the ground. And hold it up and suddenly you get 2-3 bars. And if you're standing in the middle of the water in the creek and hold it up, yeah, I get 2 or 3 bars. I've done it before to make a phone call or send a text, you know. I tell people I've been vaccinated. Oh, yeah, that's what I do. You should do the same. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they all got a good death rate. What can you do, man? Yeah. Yeah, honesty never gets you anywhere, you know? Not during the 6th grade extinction, folks. There may have been a time and place for that. I highly doubt it. But there certainly isn't anymore, you know? Do you hear all the crazy sounds all around me? Holy fuck. Is that a cat that just died or something? A lot of shit goes on out there. It's this medieval planet I'm on, you know? Something going on. The other day I thought I heard a cow dying in the driveway, you know? Yeah, there was a cow dying in the driveway. Going, ah. No, I don't tip over cows. We used to shoot people in the leg who tipped over cows when I was little. For the cow's legs, far more valuable than, well, any human being's is. Oh, fuck. Those were the good old days, you know? Oh, I guess there's nothing left on my dab stick. I'm gonna have to reload. But it's a hard life. No, I don't shoot the cow. I shoot the person who tips the cow. Fuck. I shoot the person who's tipping the cow in their leg, you see? That's how it used to work. But we weren't much onto trespassers, anyways. My grandmother used to have these dogs when I was little, folks, because back in those days you were allowed to do these things. She had these dogs that were basically trained to kill you unless told otherwise. And it really didn't matter who the fuck you were. I used to have to phone my grandmother before I walked on the land, let the dogs know I'm coming. Otherwise, they'd eat me. And one time we came home from a Christmas vacation, and wow, there were two people. One had already been ripped to pieces and was dead. The other one, he was still alive, barely, had pissed and shit his pants, and was missing most of one of his arms, and was just kind of, ambulance came and took him away. You know, nowadays, folks, you'd probably go to jail. They'd kill your dogs, you know, all this shit. Do you know what they did back then? Well, they gave my grandmother and her dogs a fucking medal. Oh, they did. And said how great her dogs were in the newspaper and how they took out these nasty criminals and protected their household. And oh, yeah, it was good times. Oh, yeah, and the police gave her like a little plaque saying, you know, Thanks for helping us get rid of these scumbag fucking criminals, right? Yeah, that's how it was. Catch a criminal any way you can back then. Didn't really matter. Dead or alive. Oh yeah, my grandmother's shoes hardcore. There was a guy who bought this beautiful piece of property across the street from my grandmother's house. And well, he wasn't a nice guy, right? And when he bought it, everybody told him, because he said he was going to build a golf course there, that if he built a golf course, well, bad things would happen, right? Well, he went ahead and built his golf course, and well, at least he attempted to. After 15 years of trying to build his golf course, he committed suicide and hung himself in the rafters of the main shed that me and my brother had just burned down the day before after the sixth time of trying to construct it. My grandmother used to get us the tractor and we'd go over there and dig holes. She's like, just go over there and dig hole, boys. Have fun. Oh yeah, and the police? Well, we're in the middle of nowhere. Fuck. The police are a long distance call. And back then, folks, they'd just be like, well, you should solve your own problems. And on the off chance they come, I mean, you can block the highway with a fucking construction vehicle. Her next door neighbor happened to own a major construction company, and he had done that before, used the highway as vehicles as a blockade, and now nobody's coming. Not your friends, not the police, nobody. There's no way in or out, you know? It's all over now. Done. Better deal with your own shit. That's how it was back then, folks. You had to deal with your own shit. This guy didn't know how to deal with these kinds of people, and so it didn't work out well. And after many years of them terrorizing him and doing horrible things to anybody who befriended him or him, and trashing his property and vehicles on a regular basis, he eventually hung himself in the burned out fucking rafters of the main building that he had tried to construct now for the sixth time. Oh yeah. I guess he decided he didn't want to hang around anymore. There was a level of bullshit going on that he didn't expect, you know? Oh yeah, golf courses are evil, right? And so the guy needed to be taken care of. It was a beautiful forest with nice trails and duckies, and at least he kept the pond for the ducks, and swans. Mm-hmm. One year there were black swans. Oh yeah. And the swans would attack his friends, and My grandmother told them that if they do anything to the swans, that she'd shoot them, eh? So, and she was the kind of lady where you took that comment seriously. Yeah, one time Jehovah's Witnesses came to her house, right? They're lucky the dogs were not in the front yard at the time. And they knocked on the door. And I answer the door and I see them there. And I'm like, it's the JWs. And then my grandmother just runs to the fucking shotgun. Has bullets coming out of her pocket as she's running across the room, loading her shotgun. She gets to the door, goes, blasts a shot off right between the two of them. I mean, they probably got permanent ear damage now. And then she goes, the next one's in fucking you if you don't get off my goddamn property. Oh, yeah. That's how it was, you know? It's good times. Yeah, she didn't put up with those religious wackos. Oh my gosh. It's Cloud City, I know. JWs want you to give your fucking life to the Lord and your money to their church. And they want you to read their Watchtower magazine. I used to have a magazine. It was called The Wank Tower. And I used to stand beside the JWs wearing my JW t-shirt that said Jesus Wanker. And we'd hand out the Wank Tower. Oh, and you could see the steam coming off their head. And they'd have this big guy who they'd call up and he'd come over to talk to me. And I'd tell him how I wouldn't mind fucking his wife and that kind of stuff. And he doesn't really touch me because behind the camera is my bodyguard who has let him know you can yell and scream all you want. This is good for the show, you know? But you touch me in any way, and then he's forced to have to kill you, you know? And so, yeah, it was pretty good times. Those were the good old days, you know? The good old Wank Tower. Yeah, the Wank Tower. They praise the coming, you know, spelled Cumming, of our Lord. Oh, yeah. Rise to the coming. Oh, yes. Rise to it. People used to love it. And as I handed it out, I would say, Jesus is in your underpants. Oh yeah, and that place I used to do the wank tower, religious people used to stand on it all the time in Vancouver on Commercial and Broadway. And the reason they stand there is not only is there SkyTrain, right, which is a popular station, but that neighborhood is like 70% lesbians. So those are all heathens destined to go to hell unless they heal them in some fucking way, right? And across the street from that station is the abortion clinic, which they love to fucking harass those people, eh? They used to stand right in front of the abortion clinic, but they were taken to court and told they're not allowed to stand in front of it anymore, but they're allowed to be across the street. And so they like to harass people on their way to their abortion, you know? Little 14-year-old girls or whatever. It's fucked up shit. Anyways, one time my kids, right, were throwing like some rotten fruit at them. And so they sent one of their goons over to bother them. And some guy that we don't even know, right, folks, comes and meets the goon halfway. And he says to the goon, "You go near those two kids, and I'll be forced to kill you." And we don't even know this guy, right? Like, I mean, these people have no friends in that neighborhood that they sit in. None. There's no support crew for them at all. When I hand out the wank tower, people are always giving me thumbs up. But nobody even stops and talks to those people. Oh, lots of people stop and talk to me. Either they hate me or they like me or somewhere in between. But they stop and talk, you know? But the religious people, nobody wants to talk to them. And then they send goons all the time, yeah. We were just going to run, right? I'm like, don't worry. We can outrun this guy in one block, right? And then we'll come back and throw shit at them again. But then, like, Hulk Hogan comes out of nowhere and settles him down a bit. Oh, yeah. And anyways, after that day, that guy comes over and walks over to us and goes, "Yeah, man, those guys are real assholes. They're here all the time. The abortion clinic, blah, blah, blah." And then he's like, and we're like, "Yeah." He's like, "You better get out of here, probably. They're going to call the police. They always do." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, yeah. We've had it happen many times. Yeah, we're going to head over to the breakfast place up the street." And he's like, "Oh, can I join you?" And then he joined us for a bit. But, oh, yeah, that was it. And then we hung out at the breakfast restaurant for 20 minutes, and then I left. We just talked about what scumbags those religious people are hanging out in that spot, and there should be laws that make them have to go somewhere fucking else where they're actually welcome. Yeah, that particular neighborhood, you know, they don't like him very much. And he's like, "Yeah, we were all laughing, man, when you guys were throwing shit at him." We're sitting inside the A&W. I'm like, oh yeah, the all white burger. I told him all about the all white burger, you know. How they used to sell the bacon nigger sandwich. But they've taken that off the menu now, you know. It's just not politically correct anymore. And yeah, A&W, that's what it stands for, the all white burger, you know. Anyways, we one time had a big protest outside there because they had their crazy sign in the window for their bacon nigger sandwich and whatever else, and we were like, it's, you know, it's just unacceptable. And other people started to notice how it was written, that it was, oh, they tried to like write it in code, you know, folks. Yeah, they had bacon, and then they had a big N, huge, bigger than any of the other letters by like 3 times, in quotations, and then Egger. Oh yeah. Doesn't take a whole lot of, you know, thought to put it together. So anyways, we had a big protest out there and made a big scene, and the manager came out and everything, and people were like, what the F? And the sign had to come down, but it didn't just come down at that location, folks. They used to run commercials about this. They've disappeared. Every sign across the... I never seen it again. They've all come down. Oh, yeah. And we were like, oh, yeah, get your nigger burger at the fucking all white burger. Oh, fuck. So that's how that worked. Yeah, that video was pretty good times. Yeah. There's an all white burger not far from me. It's right next door to the Burger King and McDonald's. Not far from the Dairy Queen. We have every fast food chain you can think of in this town, and they're all within a 10-minute walk of my house. I haven't been to one, though, in 2 months, maybe. Yeah, Dairy Queen. It's not far at all. Just on the other side of this empty field that's next door. The hardest part of getting to it is crossing the street that it's on. That's the kind of street, well, there's people, folks, who cross the street in a wheelchair during their proper green light and hand up and everything, and somebody plowed them down anyways. That's the way people drive around here, you know. Somebody tried to kill me and my kids just the other day. Lots of psychos, you know. Total lunatics. Psycho driver. Do do do. Ba 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 ba. Likes to kill every pedestrian he passes by. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. You know how it is. Probably have a few in your town too. Oh, my little jar here is ran empty. I need to get more. Oh, yeah, I try every time. So, anyways, I'm gonna run. Peace out.